In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to find what you've already created in your Google Drive on Drive for the iPad. There are a couple of options to do this. So when you first open up the Google Drive app, this is what you'll see. It's everything that you've ever created in your Drive, and it's sorted alphabetically. So you can see at the top of the screen, it has all the folders you've ever created. And I would strongly recommend storing your items in folders. Now you might choose to do a folder for every teacher, and you might even label that folder by year. Now let's say I want to create a folder for a writing class that I'm taking with Miss Njai. I'm going to store all of my work from that class in this folder. So I'll go to the plus sign up here, and I'm going to make a new folder. So that's my third option here, new folder. I'm going to label the folder the class that I'm taking, writing, and then I'll put the teacher's name, Njai, and then I'm going to put the school year, 2013 to 2014, and then I'll just tap where it says create. So now that folder is created, and you can see that it popped up right here. It's my last folder. Now if I wanted to add something to that folder, a document that I've already created, so that I can find it faster in the future, all I have to do, now let's say I want to do this document and put it in that folder, all I have to do is tap on this I, and I have the option right here, and I can move it to a folder. So where it says move to, I'll tap on it, and I can search for the folder I want to move it to. There it is, right at the bottom, Writing Njai. And now it's been moved to the folder as soon as I touch move here. Yep, let's move it. All right, and now it's in there. So if I tap on the folder, there it is. Putting items in folders makes it easier to find them. But if you happen to forget where one of your documents is stored, you can always use the search tool at the top of the page in My Drive. So if you remember the name of your document, then that's always really helpful because you could tap right here in your search bar. And if I know the name or part of the name, I'll just type it in. And a whole bunch of documents that have that that have whatever word I've typed in the title will drop down, and I can choose whichever document is the one I'm looking for. Now, if I can't find my document using the search tool, maybe I've forgotten the name, there are a couple of other ways that I can find my document. So I'm going to tap this X to erase what I've just searched for. If I'm trying to find my most recent documents, let's say that I've just been working on something yesterday, or if I've been working on it maybe the day before yesterday, I will look under my recent documents. So you can see I have a sidebar right here, this little gray sidebar, and this little clock here is where I can find any of my recent documents. So I'm going to tap on it, and you can see the very last document I worked on is this very first document in my recent file. And then there's the last document I worked on right before that, and the document I worked on right before that, and the document I worked on right before that, and so on and so on. And it's all chronological, starting with the one that you've just recently been working on, the last one you're working on. So that's one good way to find a file or a document that you've been working on very recently. Another thing you can do, which is always helpful to me, if you've got a document that you need to keep going back to, a good idea is to star that document. To star a document, you are going to tap on this I icon, and a bunch of options will open up. You can see right here there's a little star icon, and if I tap it, it goes to a special place in the drive. And I can tap right here, again on this gray sidebar, And any document that I've ever starred will go right there. And I like to put things in there that I'm going to go back to year after year or week after week. Now, you can also put things in this starred folder if you think that you're going to use it often for the next few weeks. So let's say you're working on a research assignment for social studies and you start typing up your research and you know you're going to go back to it tomorrow and the day after that. So you might star that document. Now, once you've turned in the document, you can unstar it because you're not going to need to go back to it again, most likely. So to do that, you'll just go back to this I, tap on unstar, and now you can see my file that I unstarred is no longer in my starred documents. There's one more type of item that you might want to search for, and those are the items that someone has shared with you. So let's say my teacher just sent me an assignment and she laid out everything that I have to do in that assignment, and then she shared it with me on the drive. To find something that the teacher or any of my classmates have shared with me on the drive, I'm going to go to this icon again on the left sidebar, and it's got a person with it and two little people behind it. That means these are my shared files. So I'm going to tap on it, and in here I can find all the folders that have been shared with me, and then underneath of that, all of the items that have been shared with me. And this is all, again, in chronological order. Now you know 4 different ways that you can find things in your Google Drive. First, you can search for things using the toolbar when your entire drive has been highlighted. You can also use the Recent Documents folder to find the items that you've just been working on. You can star items by using this I icon, and then you can find them in your starred file. And then if there's any items that have been shared with you by a classmate or a teacher or a parent, you can find them in your shared file.